So really, just with the preparation, number 6 is something that I had a problem on with the last test. Because we can say we're 95% confidence that the true difference in the proportion of men being label users and women being label users is between 0.045 and 0.166. Then, whenever we're taking the test, they ask different ways that you interpret that. We're saying, what does that mean?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, you keep breaking up. I can't understand what you're saying.
Avast virus database has been updated.
Connor, get down. Connor, no. Down. Connor, no. Okay, so what question did you have about 6? Connor, no. Can you hear me?
I think it's having problems because I pushed record. Hello?
Okay, are you ready?
Yep, I'm in the thing. I'm trying to figure out number 3 right now. I'm supposed to find P hat sub 1. But I know P1 is 52.
Uh-huh.
And to find the P hat, I'm looking in the textbook right now to. Ah.
P hat 1 equals x1 divided by n1.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you that I looked up in the textbook.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really help me.
Well, that means you do. X1 is 52, right? Because P1 is the proportion of females in the population who can taste PTC. Oh, wait. Hang on.
P1 is 52.
Yeah. Back over.
So the sample proportion is defined as the number of successes observed divided by the total number of observations. So we're dividing by 70.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure X1 is just 52. Where's, but I need this, I'm sorry. Just a minute.
Later.
Yeah, wouldn't X1 just be 52? Just a minute, just a minute.
So then number 3 would be 0.743.
Yeah.
And then that would make number 4, the answer would be 0.712.
That's what I got. Just a minute.
So for number 5. Which set of hypotheses is appropriate for addressing the research question?
Okay.
P1 equals P2 and P1 doesn't equal P2?
Uh-huh. That's what I put. Remember.
Number 6, create a 95% confidence interval for P1 minus P2. This is like what we did in the preparation.
Yeah. I need to see this again. Just a minute, just a minute. Just a minute. I know, I'm sorry. I hope I set these equations up right.
Alright, I just did it in... I just did it in Excel. So I would say it's B, according to what I got in Excel.
Okay, just a minute. I'm sorry.
So I opened up the spreadsheet for two proportions.
Hang on. Where did you get that?
I opened up the Excel spreadsheet for two sample z-test for proportions. I clicked on the tab that says two proportions. I put in x1, n1, x2, and n2, and I got the confidence interval for 95% confidence level, negative 0.123, and 0.185.
Okay.
All I did was plug it into the spreadsheet.
Where did you get this spreadsheet?
I saved it from categorical data analysis.
Gotcha.
I saved all the spreadsheets they gave us on my Excel. Since SPSS isn't working for me, I can't get it to work on my computer. I've just grown very accustomed to Excel.
Gotcha.
Which was very frustrating on the test because I just had to guess on the questions that required us to do SPSS. I just looked at it and was like, I guess this one's close enough to what the question's asking. You know, you can kind of do a process of elimination with the answers. But I actually wasn't able to do 10 questions on the test because I couldn't get into SPSS.
Oh, really?
They didn't, because all of the homework and everything, it gives you the data files for Excel and SPSS, but on the test, it only gave you SPSS.
Oh my gosh.
And I wasted a lot of my time on the test trying to...
I noticed that it only gave you SPSS on the test.
Yeah. I even went into the data files to see if maybe they had it in Excel. They don't even have those data files on there because they're just meant for the test.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which is really frustrating because you know I know how to do it in SPSS.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But I'm so frustrated. So I'm going to hope my netbook works before the next test. Yay. All right, so for number 6, it's B. Because I haven't clicked on it yet, I was just saying. Negative 0.123 and 0.185.
Okay, sorry, I'm still trying to plug in all the information.
SPSS is more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Excel is usually off by a little bit. You can get different answers being in Excel than you can SPSS.
What did you plug? Oh my gosh. Oh my god, the couch. Yes. Get off the couch. Oh my goodness. You're okay, you're okay. What did you plug in for the inputs? Because I'm not getting that.
I put 52, 70, 42, 59. And then 0.95 for the confidence level. And P1 less than P2.
I'm still not getting that.
What are you getting?
You need to see this downstairs.
Oh wait, yes I am. I'm sorry. Mine's just a little different. Mine says 0.122 and 0.184.
Did Emily say that?
Just a minute.
I'll make you
Is that your mom?
Oh, I see.
Keep it down here, son. I only let them take it because I knew that she wasn't home. Did you get it now?
Yeah.
It should also give you the p-value.
Just a minute.
The p-value I'm showing is 0.653.
That's what mine says.
So I would say that we fail to reject for number 7.
The null is HA, right?
No, that's the alternate. The null is
Yeah,
HO.
Sorry. I'm kind of distracted right now. Hang on.
I can see that.
I'm really sorry.
Not bothering me. I'm just sitting here wondering how you're doing 5 classes and a baby and a job.
Very carefully. So, okay, if we fail to reject, that means there's insufficient evidence?
Right.
Stuff. Okay.
Well, I think of it this way as just like the word. So what we're trying to do, the alternate hypothesis, that's what we're trying to prove.
Mm-hmm.
So if we failed to reject the null, that means that our alternate has failed.
Yeah.
Because we can't reject the null, so our study, the alternate, what we're trying to prove, then we have failed. So if we fail to reject the null, we have insufficient evidence to say anything against what the null says. So if you fail, you have insufficient evidence. If you reject it, you have sufficient evidence for to prove your study.
Okay.
That's how I keep them straight. Those are the only 2 options. If you fail to reject, my computer's falling. So it's one or the other. If you fail to reject the null, then you have insufficient. If you reject it, then you have sufficient.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure I always get these ones wrong.
So for number 8, we would say there's insufficient evidence to suggest that the true proportion of females who can test PTC is different from the true proportion of males who can taste PTC.
Okay.
You always say the... Yeah. That's just how I keep them straight.
Okay.
Why can't they always say use the data presented here?
I don't know.
They always have to be like, open this spreadsheet or open SPSS.
Well, you use the data. They do give you the data.
I know, I mean, why can't they just...
Oh, like with previous...
Yeah, why can't they just say, it's right here, use this data?
I don't know. They like to make it complicated for us. I have to look up the requirements now.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, conditions for conducting a hypothesis test. Like, I don't remember anymore.
I don't either. It's okay.
It's 2.3.2.
Okay, I'm almost there then. There we go. This is
When you check the requirements for this procedure, you're actually checking the 1060. So is one of the requirements that we have a large sample size? Are we going to say it's true? Because obviously our sample size is large enough. Can you hear me? I was reading this so much I didn't even notice your screen freezed. Oh, and you just disappeared. Alright. Figure this out till you get back. What other requirements for this test? Greater than or equal to 10? N1 times P1 is greater than or equal to 10. To try all of those? Hmm. Where's my preparation?
Sorry, my computer decided it wanted to freeze on me.
I'm glad you made it back.
Okay. Hang on, buddy.
So,
So what?
I think it's just the same requirements that we did in our preparation.
Mm-hmm.
That it was the N1 times the P1 is greater than or equal to 10. So where's my thing? Number 9 would be true
Yeah, that's what I got.
because no matter what you do to those numbers, it's going to be greater than or equal to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 10 is going to be the first one because the P1 is always equal to P2 for the null hypothesis. I read that in the textbook. And then we got less than P2, so it's number 10 is A. Alright, now 11. Use the table to find P hat 1. So that's exactly what we just did. So we just need to go.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I need to use this again. Just a minute, you're fine. You're alright. You're okay.
So we're dividing by these numbers. Divided by 1, 1, 8, 5, and 9.
You're okay. Let me know what you get. Right numbers. I know, buddy, I know. Connor, just a minute. Just a minute. What did you get?
0.141
Okay,
for number 11.
that's what I got.
And then let me put this in my calculator. 61. And then 0.145 for number 12.
Okay, that's what I got.
Man, I wish all the problems were this easy.
I know, right?
Alright, so the z-score is negative 2.020.
That's what I got.
If the z-score for question 13, which should you shade, the left or the right of the z-score for the p-value? That would be to the left.
Yeah.
Man, I wish they were all such easy questions.
I know, seriously. Oh, gosh.
I think they do that to help us out.
I know, right?
And then 0.022 is the p-value. For number 15.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll let you answer these, and I'll tell you what I put. For number 16, do we fail to reject, or do we reject? I've already answered 16 and 17.
For 16, we reject.
Yep. And then, without looking at the options, just think about it. What did we say? If you reject the null, do you have sufficient evidence for your claim with the alternate, or insufficient?
Sufficient.
Yes, because we're rejecting. So then you have to look. You have sufficient to prove the alternative. So read through it and read which one is the alternative and which, because they'll say they're sufficient and then they'll restate the null, but you want to say they're sufficient that restates the alternative.
Okay.
And then when you say there's insufficient, yeah. I think it always is the null. I mean, I think you always choose the alternative. Because you either say you have sufficient to prove the alternative or there's insufficient. So, or is it going to be A or C?
Okay, let me read through them real quick.
All right, I'll give you a hint. So when we say P1 equals P2, that means we're saying they're the same. We're saying that that one's the same and that's our null. So you do not want to say that they're the same. And when you're doing P1 equals P2, your alternate is either going to be left-tailed, right-tailed, left-tailed, I keep saying tangled, left tail or right tail or not equal to. And you just texted me that your computer froze again. But you chose A, which is correct. I'm saying this in case your computer unfreezes and you hear what I say. I'm submitting it. Hopefully, we got 100. I'm going to stop the recording now to see if I can post this video.